Okay. I'm going to go through these questions. All right, so question number 1. Let's get a whiteboard. Finish that one. And let's go to the main page, get a new class. I hear a bird. Chirp, chirp, cheep, cheep. Someone's got a pet bird. Right. Who's just shown up? Okay. Who's this person here? Can't see. Can't see the name. That person. Here. Okay. So you've got a whiteboard. Did I give you the link? Put it there. Okay, good. So the link is there. I'll go to mine. Paste. Okay. So this question was asking for, the first question was asking for the mode of this distribution. So the mode, what is mode? The mode is the score which occurs the most. So MO, okay? So when you see mode, MO, the one that occurs the most. This one here is the mode is 1. Okay, so because there's more ones than any, there's only 4 twos, there's 2, 4, 6, 7 threes, there's 1, 4, there's 1, 5, but 2, 4, 6, 8 ones. So 1 is the score which occurs the most. All right, so question 1 with 1 mark to select the right mode. Question 2. If I go through each question, we can alleviate any problems. So the median, let's look at the median of this distribution. The median of this distribution, well, what does the median mean? What is the median? The median, the middle score, okay? Middle score, yeah. So when in order. Now these are in order. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 scores. Therefore, the 11th dot, the 11th dot. So you've got 10 and then the 11th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's this one here. Okay, the 11th. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the median score is a 2, right? The median is a 2, the one in the middle. There's 10 scores below it. 2 of them happen to be 2s, and there's 10 scores above it. One of them happens to be a 2. And if you get 2 numbers in the middle, you have to plus them and divide by 2. Median, the score in the middle. So B, the answer was B, 2. For part A, the answer was A. Okay, question 3. Question 3. Apologize for those people who got 100%, but we have to go through this so that everyone is aware. The percentage of jellyfish taken from a location with a diameter greater than 14 millimeters. So a diameter greater than 14 millimeters, the percentage of jellyfish. So samples read, so we have to read carefully. Samples of jellyfish were selected from 2 different locations, location A and location B. We want location A for this question. The diameter in millimeters, which is what we're talking about, was recorded and the result summarized. We want how many bigger than 14? Now there's 14, location A. And you've got just a tail. Well, a box and whisker plot, you've got the Q1, you've got 25% there. You've got 25% between Q1 and the median. And then this is Q3. You've got 25% in here. And then you've got 25% after that value. So the answer will be about 25% of jellyfish are greater than 14. So the top 25%. So we have to select. Am I sharing my screen? Yes. We have to select A. Does it have an answer? It didn't. Oh, let me click on it. And it says, not A, C, 25%. I thought A was 25, but my glass is not very good. So yeah, make it bigger. The correct answer is 25%, C. That's the top 25%. That tail there is 25%. In fact, that line is Q3. So anything above the 3rd quartile is the top quartile. Okay. Now we're after question 4. The histogram described the shape. Okay, so we've got this shape, which is positively skewed. Positively skewed. It without these, if it had have stopped here, it could have been symmetrical. But we do have some high values up here to make a tail. So we get a positively skewed result. Okay. So you just had to say positively skewed. Use the histogram to determine the number of years. Use the histogram to determine the number of years which the mean yearly rainfall was 500 millimeters or more. Can I get a picture of that? I don't know. So let's go delete that. Okay, this was answered quite well. Something thinner line. Okay, this is the mean yearly rainfall in Australia for over 103 years. So how many of these years? Determine the number of years where the mean was more than 500, was 500 or more. So that is greater than or equal to 500. So we will go here and we count these years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Plus 7. And so 13 plus 7 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Altogether, 26 years. Right, so if you said 26, you'd be correct. The number of years, you could have said 26 years, however, this simply says the number of years greater than 103. Okay, question 5 done. I'm going to try to slip through these. Question 6. Any questions? Any problems with that? Please stop me or make a noise if you want to stop and talk about anything that you see. Notice they should have had a title, but they didn't. That's the problem with questions. They do have a label here. They do have a label here. And they've got all the numbers on the axis. Just remember that for when you have to draw a graph. All right, next was question 6. Same graph. Use the histogram to determine the percentage of years which was between 500 and 600 to 1 decimal place. You know, you can make a big mistake here by just not doing 1 decimal place. It's worth 1 mark. So in an examination, if you don't put the 1 decimal place, you won't get 1 mark. You'll get 0, even if the number was correct. So, okay, will this work? Between 500 and 600. So it's just these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 20, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, and 7 make 20 out of 103. Put that in your calculator and you get 20 divided by 103 times 100. 19.417 dot dot dot. So we need to say in the answer 19.4%. So find the percentage. By the way, you must have the percentage. You can't just put 19.4. So if you said 19.4, you'd get it wrong. If you said 19.417%, you'd get it wrong. If you said 19.42%, you'd get it wrong. You have to say 19.4% to get it correct. They don't even want to see you working. They just want to see the number, 19.4%. Let me check that. Yeah, write your answer correct to one decimal place. Was it worth 1 mark? Yeah, if it's worth 1 mark, you just want the correct answer. That's all. This question wasn't done very well, generally. The box plot shows the distribution of time in seconds that 79 customers spent moving along a particular aisle. What was the question? Let me go back. The longest time in seconds. Oh, where are we? The longest time in seconds spent moving along this aisle is closest to. All right, so we've got a choice of 5. The longest time in seconds spent moving along this line. Well, you can see that there's one number that's really high, and it's this one here. So this is the answer. So this customer took 150 seconds. So maybe I need to make this box a little bit smaller. No, I didn't even get that. Oh, hang on. We can make this smaller. And I'll put that on there. Okay. It's D. Right. So D is the answer that we're looking for. D. 450 seconds. Not too stressful. Yep. Okay. Now this box plot below shows the distribution in seconds, the same, 79 customers. Is it symmetric? No. Symmetric looks like this. Same, all right? If you've got some outliers, you'll even have some outliers. Negatively skewed. negatively skewed would have a box plot up here. No, you get a lot, you get a few, and then you get a lot, and then you get. Okay, that's what a negatively skewed would be, where you've got a couple of, you've got a very short, you've got 25% here, you've got 50% just here, but so there's 50% of scores, and then you've got another 50% of scores down in the negative tail. So that's negatively skewed, so it's not that one. Well, it's already decided not negatively skewed. But as you can see, 50% of scores are really here between 0 and 40. That's 50% of scores. And then we've got the other 50% of scores being right up there. So we've got a positive skew, and all of these are called outliers. There are 7 outliers. Anything greater than this 100 than this 1.5 of the IQR length are outliers. So the answer of that question is, the answer is positively skewed with outliers. Okay, so that's the answer of that question. All right. Question 9. Was this the last question? No. The number of customers who spent 90 minutes. Was the question? The number of customers who spent more than 90 seconds. Okay, more than 90 seconds. So, where's 90 seconds? Here's 90 seconds there. And that's Q3. So we've got 25% of customers, and there are 79 customers. So 1/4 of our customers took more than 90 seconds. 1/4 of our customers. So we divide 79 by 4. We get 19.75. So 20 is our best answer. It's a tricky one, yeah? Seeing that we're dealing with the top 25%, anything greater than the 3rd quartile. Remember, this is the 1st quartile, that's the median, and that's the 3rd quartile. So you've got the lines at the Q1, the median, and the 3rd quartile. By the way, there's 50% of scores in that box from the first line to the last line. 50% of scores in there, 25% below the box, and 25% above the box from the line, the tail, and the outliers. Okay. Have we finished that question? Yes, we have. All right. And we want correct to 1 decimal place. All right, I'm going to have to join this class year 12, year 11. Now let's come into this class with my other computer so I can look at this. Year 11 General Maths. I'm joining the computer on joining our class using my Casio calculator computer. Ready? Okay, so a sample of 14 people were asked to indicate the time in hours they spent watching and the results. Okay, I'm going to leave that on the whiteboard and I'm going to stop presenting on this computer and start presenting with my Casio so you can see what the calculations would look like on the calculator. All right, so you can see the calculator. All right.
Yes.
We're going to go into statistics. And I'm going to clear this. I don't need those anymore. We used those before. We have to put the numbers from the question. So I'm going to read from the whiteboard what the questions are. There's 0, 0, 0. So the first three are 0, 0, and 0. The next two dots are 1 and 1. 1 and 1. See what I'm doing? I'm just putting the numbers from the dots. What are the next four numbers?
2.
2. So 2, 2, 2, 2. What's the next number?
3.
How many threes do I need?
2.
3 and 3. The next number is?
4.
How many fours?
2.
2 fours. 4 and 4. The next number?
5.
5. How many fives?
Only 1.
Only 1. And any more numbers?
No.
No. There we have 14. You see, we have 14 numbers, 5. And we're asked for the mean and standard deviation. All we have to do now is go up to calc, one variable, list one of each. That's correct, even though we've repeated some. And if we look for the mean, there's the mean, 2.07. So I'll put this on the whiteboard. So the mean is 2.0714,286. And the standard deviation, use SX, all right? I think we just have to go up to, here it is, SX, 1.59, 15298. So we have to choose. Now, they're one decimal places, so we have to change that to 1.6. We have to change that to 2.1. And therefore, we're looking at C, 2.1, 1.6. So do you see how you do that? You really need your calculator. Yeah? Okay. So that skill, you need to be able to put it into the statistic mode, press calc, and one variable. Okay. So that, I'm just going to stop sharing there. We finished with the calculator for now. Come back to the whiteboard. Swapping over one computer to another. And we're finished that question. Okay. Let's see what the question said. And C was the correct answer, yes. All right. Okay. Question 11. For these 18 countries, all right, not so difficult, but these were all past paper questions. You know, the questions I take are the type of questions you need to be able to answer at the end of grade 12. These questions are on your further math exam because they use the work you learn in general maths gets assessed at the end of grade 12. Even though you only get an S or an N this year, and there's no examinations, if they have tests, it's just for practice, really. If you have SACs, even a SAC, it's just everything's practice this year. So don't stress this year, stress next year. Okay, I need to clear that and get the latest screenshot. Is that one? Okay. Can you hear my puppy whining to go into Zian's bedroom? He wants to go into Zian's bedroom. Okay. Make it a bit smaller so we can get all the 5 numbers. All right. The back-to-back shows females and males. Smoking rates expressed as percentages in 18 countries. Okay, information. For these 18 countries, find the lowest female smoking rate. Lowest female, so this side here. And the lowest number is here. 1-5. 1-5. Okay, the 1 is the tens, and these are 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 15%. Okay, so D, 1-5. The smallest number was 15%. Okay, that's simply checking that you understand how to read back-to-back. Also, you have to be able to develop to be able to make one. So you've got to be able to take numbers. Notice these are all in order. You don't mix them up. It must be smallest to biggest, like 22. So you've got to 15, 16, 17, 17, 19, 19. You can't go, you can't do this 1, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8. You can't go suddenly get smaller. And you can't do like 20, 23, 25, 25, 26. You can't do it like that because the numbers have to be all perfect columns. You can't squash them up. You have to make them all perfect columns like this so that you don't squash them up. They've all got to be evenly spaced when you make a back-to-back plot. So make sure that you know that. Don't squash them up. Keep them space, space, space. All right. I don't know if we've got that, but I'll take another shot. I've just made a mess of it. And the answer was D, 15%. Can't see the question. For these 18 countries, interquartile range of female smoking rate. Okay, 2 ways you could do this. You could put it in your calculator. Who did that? I guess you could, you know. You don't have to. But, you know, if you're not sure, sometimes, you can just play it safe and put them into your calculator. So that might be a good option. Let me just make this a bit smaller. And I don't know if I need to, but I guess since I've got it on, I can. All right, and so we want the interquartile range just for the females. So if we put the numbers, I'll use list 2. Actually, let me clear all and start again. All right, so the females, 15, 16, this is the safe way, all right? 17, unless you make a mistake by putting the data in wrong. 19, 19, 19, 20. Oh, there you go. That's it to be a 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. How many 25s? 4 more. 25, 25, 25, 25, 26, 28. Any more? No, the biggest score is 28. There are 18, look, I've got 18 countries, so I've got 18, that's correct. Now, if I just go calculate one variable, are you guys seeing this all right? Am I sharing properly? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, one variable. How do we get the interquartile range?
Q3 minus Q1.
Okay, so that would be 25 minus 19. So we would go IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So it's 25 minus 19. So 6. The interquartile range is 6. All right, that's a slow way, you know, because if there's 18 countries, if you've got 9 scores here and 9 scores here, which one is the first quartile? The middle one here is Q1, and the middle one in here is Q3. So which one is the middle one if there's 9 scores? Wouldn't it be the 5th score? And if you've got 9 scores on the right, you're going to have 4 and then 4 each side. So the middle one there is Q3. So the 5th one is Q1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th, 11, 12, 13, and the 14th one is Q3. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you can see 19 is Q1 and 25 is Q3. So you choose. Do you use your calculator? It's a safe way to do it, and there's nothing wrong with using your calculator. Do you use that way? It's also safe if you know what you're doing. So if you don't really know how to do it without a calculator, please know how to do it with a calculator. The big problem is not knowing how to do an IQR at all. That's a problem. even if you've got your calculator. Okay. All right. Question 13. We would to describe which dot in the dot plot, and it's worth 1 mark. So in a test with pen and paper, they wouldn't get you to describe, okay? It's only because we were not able to fill this in using pen and paper. I didn't want you to print it out. On the test, on the actual test, you just have to put a circle. They would say on the actual test, it would be, if I can get the pen, circle the dot that represents the number of rainy days in April. So you would have to look at April, see that there's 14 days. 14 days, it's this one here. So all you have to do is circle the dot that represents the rainy days in April. Some people just said 14, but it didn't say what was the number of rainy days. The question says describe which dot. So if you can't describe which dot, you won't get the full mark. The answer will be the dot above the 14. Okay, so that's the dot. Describe the dot, and that's worth 1 mark. Remember, if you said 14, then 0 marks. All right? Because that's not a description. Describe which dot doesn't say what was the number. So you have to read the question, and you will get marks to answer the question, not change the question to suit you. Okay. That was an interesting question. That was really just seeing also for the year, determine the median number of rainy days per year. I am not going to use the calculator for this. You can, however, well, actually, you know what? I might have to just to prove a point. And then that's live. Let me just put this onto the screen. Actually, no, I'll get you guys to do that in your own time. But if I say, where's the median? The one in the middle? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 dots. There's none. There is no middle dot, okay? So we have to find the 6th dot and the 7th dot are in the middle. Using a bit of logic. First 6 and the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This dot is the 6th dot. This dot is the 7th dot. So we have to add up these two numbers. We get 15 plus 16. The 6th dot is a 15. The 7th dot is the 16. We divide that by 2. We get 31 divided by 2. And the answer is 15.5. The answer is not 16. You can't round that off, okay? You don't round it off. You have to use the decimals. And that's how you get the median score when there's an even number of scores. Okay, good question. Hopefully next time you answer a question like that, you will add the two numbers in the middle, divide it by 2, and put that answer. Any questions? Tomorrow I'm going to be looking at setting out like a SAC style question, which I've been mentioning is to do with 2J, statistical investigation.
Thank you, teacher.
And any questions?
No,
No questions.
no question.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I hope you had a great few weeks, and we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
teacher. Bye.